These were the steps that came down to go into the rows. Okay? And this is where you looked over the balcony. Now the balcony in most places is just straight. This one was curved. Okay, you see all the water damage? Mm-hmm. This was out in the lobby area. And there were double doors that went in. This is one of the double doors that went into the auditorium. It had the 10 ceiling, the 10 block ceilings, and so these pictures here kind of show you how ornate the ceiling was with the 10 ceilings. Then this is the balcony from downstairs. It had these poles with this fancy filigree work at the top of the pole that supported the balcony. So that kind of shows you how. Isn't that pretty?
Yeah.
Very, very pretty. Mm-hmm. Then you get into the balcony and you look down on the stage. This is what you would see. These windows are those that you see from the outside that have that covering on them. You know, above Swan's Grocery. Those windows with the round top. And here is another one, and as we get right down here was an orchestra pit. Here is a picture on the stage looking up where people could direct or hold lights or whatever up here in the corner of the stage, up above. Another picture of that. This is also a picture on the stage, and you could come up from the auditorium up through this door and go up a stairway to a dressing room. There were one dressing room on either side, very small, but a place where you could dress. This is where you went up to the dressing room. You notice there's no handrail. People had to be pretty sure of themselves, didn't they? But anyway, this was a little room up there. A very little room, but a little room. This is when you came up from the lower level, you came up the stairway, and this little banister here, you could come up and it divided off the stairway so somebody wouldn't fall down the stairway, and then you came in to be seated. Where the stairway came up from the basement, or not the basement, but the lower level. And it had a nice knob here, so you could, or on that side, you could get hold of it, I guess. I think this was to show the kind of, these are transom windows that you see. There was no air conditioning. So you see there were a lot of big windows, and they would just open the windows. But as you look down from the balcony, this is the stage you would see, and then this was another view of it, and you see you go up on the side. It's like any of the auditoriums you go to, and come out on the stage. Either side. Now they had big supports, I'll call them, that ran across the stage, and down at the museum you'll see one of the drop curtains. Well, they had curtains with advertising on them, or with real pretty scenic scenes on them. And the first time I ever went up there, there were at least 2 of those curtains still on the stage that were partially down or down. One of those was in good enough shape, and you should go look at it. It's down at the museum. It's on the north wall. And it is out of the Opera House. It's the one they saved out of the Opera House. They stopped using it. If you look and see when the school was dedicated, that was when they stopped using it for all these things. They had the new school, they had the new gymnasium, and they went down there. And so the people who owned the buildings below just used it as storage. And then they sold out, I suppose they sold out the seating, you know, or those wooden seats would have been there.
Thank you.
Okay. So that's about what I know of of the Opera House. And these pictures, my husband burnt them to a rewritable CD disc, and you can take them with you.
Yeah.
Will that be good?
Yeah, really good.
So maybe that'll help you with your report as well.
Oh.
All of these pictures that are on here. Oh, and this one little picture here, I hope he burnt that. This was an example of the fixtures that were the gas lighting. Because when it was built, there was no electricity. It was gas lit. And so this is one that was still on the wall, and I took a picture of it. But it's all on the CD. And it's on a rewritable one, so you can manipulate it and fix it the way you want.
Thank you.
Okay?